I'm ready. Let's go. What's everybody? Happy money making move around Monday it is.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday morning to you. What's up, Miss Jazzy?
Hey, look. Y'all don't know nothing about that. So it's all about just having a great time, enjoying life. I mean, the fact that we're still here and we yet to remain. God has given us another opportunity at life. And I'm just jacked up and excited about life. I mean, for those of you that roll with me, y'all know I just had my first grandson's baby shower this past weekend. And so, when it comes to just living life, leaving a legacy, building generational wealth, I mean, look, my why never truly changed. I just know my goals in life gonna have to take a little notch. So, but it's been a great weekend for me as we're leading up to this move around Monday. What about you, Prosperity Dude? How you doing this morning? Looking all Queenie-fied, beautiful today.
God is good. I can't complain. I had a good, peaceful weekend. Rested a little bit, got a little bit of work done. You know, I just grind all the time. So sometimes I'm resting, sometimes I'm not. I did get half and half in this weekend. A little bit of productivity and a little bit of rest. So I'm happy about that. But I am anxious to talk to our guest today. You know, last week we had the builderologist, Miss Tracy J, in the building, and Miss Victoria Wharton of the Boss Culture Network. So we're always having somebody in here that's going to give you some wisdom, give you some nuggets, give you some gems, drop some knowledge on you. And so we ain't doing nothing less than that today. And I'm excited about our guest today. You want to tell them a little bit about our first guest that we're going to have?
Well, you know, when we were thinking about who could we pick and choose as we're cherry picking folks to be a part of this platform, and I thought about this young man because, you know, he's a mover and shaker here in the Upstate and surrounding areas. He's definitely making boss moves. But, you know, when I thought about just looking over his profile through social media, just that he's a business consultant and credit expert. When I saw now that it said he had obtained over 2.5 million in capital for business startups, I was like, okay, we need to definitely have him on the show that he can share some nuggets, some tools, some information that people could use. You know, also being an adjunct entrepreneurship instructor for the Spartanburg Community College downtown campus. He's the executive director and CEO of YMA Cares nonprofit, and YMA is Young Millionaires Association. He's also a real estate investor that he works alongside with his wife with the Pyramid Group at Keller Williams Metro Spartanburg. He's also the owner of YMA Wealth Management Group. He's also the owner of YMA Financial LLC. He's also the Director of Operations and Client Services at Masters Credit Consultants, owner of YMA Clothing. He's a former search and rescue at the U.S. Navy. So salute, sir, for what you've done to serve our country. But most importantly, on this Move Around Monday, can y'all help me to welcome and show love for my brother, Mr. Joseph Wallace is in the building. What's going on, Joe?
Good morning. Good morning.
Look,
how you guys doing?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are so excited to have you a part of our platform today because, listen, what you're doing to really, you know, make a difference in the lives of the people here in the Upstate and surrounding area. First of all, we honor you. We salute you for what you're doing in the Spartanburg community. That's where I know your home base is as far as your corporate office. You just recently opened a new location. You got this whole incubator program. I mean, I don't know. We just want to give you the floor and just give you an opportunity to just talk about the money moves and the things and the boss moves that you're doing here in Spartanburg and the area.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you guys again for having me this morning. I truly appreciate it. You pretty much said it all. It's not much that I can add to that, right? You gave my full portfolio. But we have just moved to downtown Spartanburg, YMA Wealth Management Group. So that's our new corporate office. We're at 101 South Church Street. That's at Church and Broad, and we're excited. It's a huge building. It's a historic building, so we're right in the center of downtown Spartanburg. I am so excited. Inside of our building, we house our businesses which is YMA Financial. YMA Financial, we specialize in business startups and business expansion, and we'll talk about the Incubator program also. We also have Master's Credit Consultants. That team, they help our clients with consumer credit repair and credit building. And then we have the Pyramid Group. And that team, which we are now broker, we are a full brokerage. Congratulations to my wife. She studied hard. She passed that exam, and we're just putting all the actions in place to continuously build out these companies. So I'm excited for the future.
Wow. Well, what you're doing, like I said, just to see that you are building, as you mentioned before, like a pyramid. I mean, you've got all these different entities within your location. We're going to have to come by and see you guys in Sparkle City and check out the new location. Again, it's such an amazing experience to just see you operate in the vein of what you're doing. So, I mean, there's business owners, there's people that are watching right now that are like, wow, what an amazing portfolio that you have. And I'm sure it didn't start there, but what would be your words of encouragement for people that, that are looking to maybe get to the level of the multiple serialpreneurship opportunities that you're offering for them to keep going? What's your words of encouragement for them?
So I would say three things. This has been synonymous for everyone who has been following my page over the last few years. Is there three things I always share that I feel are the keys to success. These three things are to plan, to pray, and then execute. Plan, pray, execute. And I always hashtag that, and I've been doing that for
did we lose him?
Looks like he may have froze up a minute there. Plan, pray, and execute, though, right?
That's right. Listen, while we wait for him to come on and hopefully his signal gets better there, I think that is a great strategy for anything that you're entering into, right? Plan, pray, execute, whether that's from the boardroom to the bedroom, right? So if you're dealing with relationships, if you're dealing with starting a business, if you're trying to wonder what's your next step to take where family matters and issues and things like that are concerned, I can't think of any. I'm gonna put that up there right quick. I cannot think of anything that I need to do in this earth that I don't need to plan, pray first, and then execute. Right. And I think it was Alicia Way. You remember Alicia Way?
I do.
And he had a t-shirt that said pause, plan, pray, I believe it was. And so you could add that in the equation, but I can't think of anything that I need to do or want to do that I should not plan, pray, and then execute first. And I know that we lost him for excuse me. Some of y'all know I'm still getting over that little bit of COVID that I had, so we lost him for a second, but I want to highlight something he did. You said that he got some grant monies or raised capital for the YMA Business Incubator program.
Yes.
And while we're waiting on him, I'm so sorry, y'all, that my throat don't want to act right this morning, but while we're waiting on him to come back, I just want to talk about that. It looks like we might have him back on there. Do we got him back?
Yes.
Okay, let me add him to the stream. Hey there. Can you hear us?
I can. Can you guys hear me?
Okay, we lost you just a hot second.
So we began to talk about the YMA Business Incubator program. I know you were talking about the three things: plan, pray, and execute. But we were talking about what you were doing real quick, and we can come back to the plan. Tell us about this Business Incubator program.
Oh, yes. So our YMA Business Incubator program will be operating that under our nonprofit, YMA Cares nonprofit. And if I could just take 30 seconds to give a shout out to that team. We host an annual Christmas toy giveaway each year in Greenville County and in Spartanburg County. This year will be our 7th annual Christmas toy giveaway. That will be happening the 2nd of December down in Greenville and Spartanburg. We give away thousands of toys to the kids and the community. We have free food. We have free drink, free entertainment. We have rides. It's like a small carnival for the kids. So that's that. We also have under YMA Cares nonprofit. We provide teacher appreciation dinners throughout the year to schools, middle schools and high schools in the Upstate. So now under YMA Cares nonprofit, we will be hosting our first business incubator program that starts next Monday. Under the business incubator program, there are 4 selected individuals. They'll have a free office space inside of our building for 6 months at no cost. Everything is free. They'll be provided with free equipment, laptop, keyboard, monitor. They'll have their own phone with a direct line for their business. Free Wi-Fi. All the accommodations in the building are free. With all of our staff get like free food, free drinks. So we have refrigerators on each floor in our building. So the staff members, they can help themselves at any time to whatever they want. So the incubators will have that same accommodation. More importantly, with the incubator program, they will have access to our business experts to provide them with the guidance that they need. So we'll assist them with their business plans, marketing, management, website development, pretty much everything that they need to help start their business or expand their business. So we'll also assist them with obtaining the funds that they need if they're a business startup, or helping them to obtain the capital that they need to scale their current business.
That is
I told you we should apply for that.
Oh my goodness, that is just amazing. Also, I want to give a shout out to you. Announced this past week the 4 applicants that won this fellowship. So we just want to give a huge round of applause to Cornelius J. Morrison, Ashley Denise and Myra Renee, Carl Reed, and Cicely Baker. So we are just excited about what you're doing for them. That is so freaking awesome.
It is.
I mean, the way office space and real estate in general is, the cost of that right now, to be able to offer them 6 months of free office space that comes with everything they need to get started, plus the mentorship and the guidance and the training to scale their business. I don't know anyone else who's doing it on that level. We went through Village Launch before, but they aren't offering 6 free months of office space and all this. I mean, they're doing a great work. But man, just shout out to you and kudos to you for what you're doing to not, a lot of folks get where you are and they forget where they come from and they don't reach back. But thank you so much for taking not just time, but resources. I mean, because this stuff costs money, right? Yep. So when you're giving someone 6 free months of office space, you're giving them, that has a dollar value to it. When you're giving them access to training, when you're giving them free internet and a phone and even what's in the refrigerator, that has a dollar amount attached to it. So thank you so much for not just reaching back with your time and your talent, but reaching back with your treasure to help bring people up to the level that you are and attain the life and the legacy that you're working so hard to build, to also help them and put them on track to build the same thing. That is just amazing. And it's so awesome. Okay. One thing I saw on your page when I was looking up, getting ready for your interview and just trying to make sure I knew more about you, because I didn't know you personally. Steph told me about you, Miss Jazzy, and she just had nothing but awesome things to say about you and your wife and your business. And one thing that you posted that I wanted you to just expand on it for those who are watching is, you said you could either be good at making money or you could be good at making excuses. You choose. Ooh. This separates winners from losers. I want to say it one more time, y'all, for those in the back. You could either be good at making money or good at making excuses. You choose. This separates winners from losers. Wow. So help the people right now. Just expand on that just a little bit, because you're somebody who is good at making money, but I assume that at one point you had to decide to be good at making money and stop deciding to be good at making excuses, and that separated you from the winners from the losers. So to help the people a little bit, give them a little bit of wisdom, drop some nuggets on us about what it means to decide to win.
It sounds even more powerful hearing it come out of your mouth.
Those are your words, my brother. You tell us, what does it mean to decide, to choose to make money and not excuses? That's one of our taglines for Move Around Monday. And when I saw your post, I was like, oh, I got to share this with the people. Yeah. So what did it mean for you? Where was the turning point in the life of Joseph Wallace where you said, you know what, this ain't it. There's more to life than this. I got to do better than just working and paying bills. I got to do better than struggling. I got to do better than surviving. I can thrive. What was the turning point for Joseph Wallace to get to this place where you get to reach back and give people 6 months of free office space and all this stuff? At some point, something had to happen that made you pivot to this place. Tell us about it.
I feel that pivotal point was not so much in a line to the money side, but just the mentality side. Not focusing on the money, just focusing on having a drive. I gained that when I was in the Navy and I was in training. And in this training, you have two choices: either you're going to quit or you're going to keep going. Well, if you're going to quit, you're going to get injured, or you're going to keep going. And they force you to think that my mission and being successful and getting to that end goal, that's the only thing that matters. Either I'm going to quit or I'm going to focus and get to that end goal. And if you're up 5:30 in the morning and you drive and push yourself from 5:30 in the morning to 5:30 in the evening, and that's all you doing is pushing your body and your mind beyond the norm, then you become accustomed to thinking that, you know what, my goals and my mission is more important than anything else. And when they have you go like days and you don't sleep, then your mind becomes accustomed to think, you know what, what's more important, achieving my goals and the mission or getting rest? Not saying that it's the right thing, because we all need rest, but at some point we have to make a decision to say, at this point in my life where I'm trying to achieve my goals, what's more important? Going out right now, doing this, or just focusing and being streamlined on achieving the things that I see in my life for myself and my family. So to be more specific and answer your question, I can make a decision on making money or I can quit. And I say that because everyone has dreams in life. Like right now I can think I want to make $1 billion. And that's my goal. It's like, okay, I want to get to that point, not just for myself to say I achieved that, but to say, you know what, if I have $1 billion, how much of an impact can I have on my community? How much can I give back with that? How many people can I touch throughout my life and push to the level of getting to 6 figures and 7 figures if I'm at this point in my life? So where I'm at right now, I can say, how many people can I make into like turn their lifestyle and make 6 figures? During this journey, you have people come and they'll see me online and they'll follow me online on my social media. Like, Joe, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And that's just being human. I could give them the instructions and I could give them the tools and the resources. But when they realize how much work becomes involved in it, like, okay, you want to make $1 million and you talk about generation of wealth. I can show you that path. But here's all the work that's going to come along with that. And when you hear it, you tell your mind, I could do it. But once you start that path and you realize, hey, you know what? I got to run 10 miles nonstop. And you start to run. And then after 2 miles, that burn start to kick in and your heart you feel like you could barely breathe. Most people quit at that point. So it takes that person to say, you know what? I don't care. If he could continue to run and I'm following right behind him, how is Joe still running in front of me? I got to keep up. I got to keep up. And in the training that I went through, they teach you it's better to keep up than to fall behind. So in your mind, no matter how much that burn hits you, no matter how much your legs feel like they're just going to collapse or your lungs feel like they're going to explode, keep going. Because if this person in front of me that's still running, if he could continue running, I could continue running. And I think if more people had that mindset, if they look at Joe or whatever Joe achieved in life, if he could do it, I could do it. Just show a path. And if Joe want to stay up and work with me, then I can do it. So that's something that I try to advise the incubators now before they even get started. It's going to be hard work. I want to force that into their minds. Don't think you're going to come into this space and I'm just going to show you how to make $1 million and it's just going to be that easy in 6 months. That's not going to be the case. What I can do is bring you into this space and show you all the steps that's going to come along with how to operate a successful business, the management skills, the financial skills that you need to operate a successful business is going to require time. That vacation that you plan, you may need to cancel it because it's going to require time. The things that you need to sacrifice right now, you may have to make those sacrifices because it's going to require time and hard work. And if you're willing to sacrifice that time, I'll be right behind you 1,000%. And that's why I say these 4 people, either they're going to be successful or they're going to quit.
Well, that's good there, because that'll lead us back into the segue of what you were sharing in the beginning when you said you got a plan, pray, and execute. So let's talk about those 3 things real quick. Again, for those of you that are just chiming in, welcome to today's live with yours truly, Miss Jazzy, and our prosperity doula, featuring our featured guest of this hour, Mr. Joseph Wallace, as he's just chopping it up with us, giving us some things that we can use, but also talking about the success of what's going on with YMA, just the whole portfolio of what he offers for business. So, Mr. Wallace, again, you were telling us 3 things that you kind of abide by, and that's plan, pray, and execute. Let's talk about it.
Okay. And I want this to go to everybody, not just like this is something that I follow. Everybody, you create a plan, and that plan could be an idea. So when you start off with the idea, which we all have, right? We have an idea for something. We may see it online. We may see somebody else doing it. That's our idea. That what sparks our intent. Once we have that idea, you have to plan. You can't say, I want to start a barbershop. I want to open up a salon. I want to do any of these things without that plan. You can do it, but you may not be successful. But the people that are successful, you have to plan it out. Okay, my plan is just like that business plan that I'm going to create for my business. We should take this even into our personal lives. So in my personal life, if I want to be successful at something, I need to plan it out. Those plans should include like every step that it requires to become successful. And what I mean by that is, what do people that follow in the same path, how do they fail? And I think that's something that we skip over, is what caused failures in my vision. So my vision is that being a great relationship in my life, what caused the failures in that? And I want to avoid those things. So if it's financial issues are the main reason that people have problems in a relationship, I want to avoid that. If people can't be committed, I want to avoid that. I want to do all the things that it takes to create that success. So I want to plan it out, and to plan these things out, I want to follow all the tips that I could find to become successful in that. So that's my plan, just like a business plan is created. And then I'm going to pray on that. So once I have my vision, I'm going to say, here's my vision. I'm not just going to go, and I'm not saying that my step is just like 1,000% right. I'm just saying, this is what I follow. I have a vision, and then I take that vision before my Holy Father and say, here's my vision. I'm going to pray on this. I'm not going to go and say, hey, can you give me this without having a plan? It's like me going to my dad and saying, hey, Dad, let me borrow $100,000. And like, what are you going to do with it? I'm going to put it to a business. Well, tell me about the business. How am I going to get my $100,000 back? I want to make sure I get my $100,000 back. And I don't have a plan. So I take the same thing from any aspect in my life. I'm going to take this plan. I'm going to bring it to my Holy Father and say, here's my plan. I'm going to pray on this plan. Here's how I'm going to execute on these things to make sure that with your support and your guidance and your wisdom and your holy light, I know I can achieve these things. That's all I need from you. I just need your comfort and your holy light to guide me down this path. That's all I ask. I'm going to put in the work, and I have the plan here. Just guide me and support me. That's all I ask, Father. And then I execute on it. And this is what most people fail, is they won't execute. They start their journey and they they hit a road bump and they think that road bump is just the end. It's like if I tell you, Jazzy, I'm driving to Miami and I get to Jacksonville and I hit a flat tire. I mean, I hit a flat tire. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to step back and think, okay, what do I need to do to continue my journey? Most people get that flat tire and they stop in Jacksonville. That's where they end. Or they say, I'm going to turn back and I'm going back to Greenville or Spartanburg. And that's why most people fail. When you hit that flat tire, you got to say, oh, man, I don't have a spare in the back. Okay, what can I do? Let me get my cell phone out. Let me go online and find a tow company in here or some source where I could get someone to come and change out my tire. But you have to be able to strategically think, what can I do to continue my journey? If you start a business and you run out of capital, what can you do to continue your journey? You got to be in the right room and get the right resources from the right people to get access to that type of capital to continue your journey. But if you planned it out, you should be planning for the possible pitfalls that you may encounter anyway.
Well, look, I like the part where you said you got to be in the right room with the right people, getting the right information. Because a lot of the time we're not in the right room, and if we're in the right room, we're not with the right people. And if we're with the right people, we might not be getting the right information. There's so many things that got to line up. We have to get ready for our next guest. But when you were talking, it made me think of a story in the Bible. I tell people this is not church, and I love Jesus, but I preach, I cuss a little bit, but that's something I make sure people know, because I'm subject to drop a word in the middle of the word. So anyway, it reminded me of the gentleman at the pool of Bethesda. Y'all remember that story in John chapter 5? I'm not going to read the whole thing, but if you go back and read it, John chapter 5, 1 through 15, and y'all know that he was there and he was sick and he couldn't move. And every year or whenever the time was, and the scripture said he was there for 38 years. And that the angel would come down and trouble the water, but he could never get there. There was always somebody that was getting there ahead of him. And then the scriptures say that Jesus came up to him and said, do you want to be made well? Now, there's only one question he asked the man, but the man answered some other questions, right? He said, do you want to be made well? And the man said, sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. But while I'm coming, another steps down before me. Now, he answered a question Jesus is not asking. Jesus did not ask him, do you have a way to the pool? Jesus didn't ask him, on your way to the pool, what happened? He didn't ask him none of that. He just said, will you be made well? And so anyways, Jesus said to him, look, rise up, take up your bed and walk. So Jesus he just ignored that whole excuse that he had given him. And immediately it said the man rose up. And I'm reminded, excuse me, y'all, what made me think of that is there's so many people that have that mentality that says, I would do this, or I would do that, or I tried to do, when you giving us the story about getting down to Florida and you stopping in Jacksonville. I tried to do this, or I tried to do that, but this happened and that happened. And you're just asking them, look, do you want to be wealthy? Do you want to be stable? Do you want to have a business? Because I'm going to give you the tools, I'm going to give you the training, but there's some work that's going to be required on your part. But the first thing that you have to do is know what you want and know what's in front of you, because he had the healer himself standing in front of him talking about, I can't get to the pool. There's so many people right now that has that I can't get to the pool mentality, that has that, oh, well, I didn't get the PPP money, that has that, oh, well, my credit is not great, that has that, whatever thing they got. And the thing is, we got to make moves, not excuses.
That's true.
Okay. With the resources that's in front of us, with the opportunities that's in front of us, with the grants that's in front of us, with the knowledge that's in front of us, with the community. You are an entire community resource in and of yourself, Mr. Wallace, with the experience that you have and where you come from and where you're going and what you're building up and what you're doing in the community. With people like you in the community, we have to get out of this I can't get to the pool mentality. Okay, because you're trying to get over the cake. They talk about the money, the credit, all that is I can't get to the pool. When you got the Savior standing right in your face, you talking about I can't get to the pool. You know what I'm saying? And we have to get away from that mentality, that make excuses mentality, when the resources are in our face, when we got time, when we wake up every day with the ability to live, move, and have our being, and our feet get planted flat on the ground and we stand straight up. We got opportunity to make things happen. Okay.
And you're making things happen, Mr. Wallace. Listen, we don't have enough time. We could talk and talk for hours just for what you're doing to make a difference in the lives of the people. Again, for someone that's watching, how can they connect with you? And then what would be your final words of encouragement for the people this morning?
They could contact me, follow me on my Facebook page. I have a huge following. It's Joseph Wallace. If you type in Joseph Wallace, YMA, you will find me. I'm the handsome guy with the the tie on, the tie. You can also contact our office at 864-249-1439. That number it will bring you straight into my office, YMA Financial. The last thing that I would tell people is don't be afraid to invest in yourself. It is a requirement throughout your entire life. You have to invest in yourself. Be smart with your investments, but make sure that you continuously pour into yourself. People have ideas and they won't spend $100 on something that could possibly turn them into $1 million, and they can't see it down the road, but that $100 of information could set them on a path that they could go from having $18 an hour to $25 an hour, $25 an hour to $40 an hour. But don't be afraid to invest in yourself. I continuously do it every week, pour back into my employees and my businesses.
All right.
That is absolutely amazing. So can y'all show some love? Thank you again for your time. Just taking time of your busy schedule to chop it up with yours truly, Miss Jazzy, and the Prosperity Doula Live, for again what you're doing to make a difference in the lives of the people and creating your legacy through Young Millionaires Association. Congratulations and kudos to you. We love you. We appreciate you for all that you're doing to serve us. So thank you, Mr. Wallace. So as we're preparing for our next guest of this hour, again, we're so grateful for just all of you for rolling with us this hour on Move Around Mondays. We always try to give you something that you can use, but most importantly, being able to share information of what's happening so you all can be in the know. So Prosperity Doula, I'm going to give you an opportunity to bring around our next guest. Well, let's do a roll call first. Let's get a roll call in before we bring on our next guest, because we got some exciting information of what's happening this weekend in the upstate of South Carolina. I promise you, if you had not heard before now, all roads leads to Greenville. So who we got on our roll call list this morning?
Look, we got Miss Ernell Ford here this morning. We got Miss Pamela Jean Hill. Good morning. We always got Sister Deirdre in the house. Hey, y'all chiming in from Orlando. Sister Gwen Ford is always in it. Thank you all for your faithfulness. I just love being able to say your name every day and you being on here with us. We know that you do not have to give us this portion of your morning and give your ear or eyes or attention to us. So thank you for scrolling on by today. Thank you. Good morning, Miss Vanessa Mills Logan. She said there's some good stuff this morning. Miss Candace Atwood. Who else we got on here? Miss Lavon Bailey. Good morning, Lisa. Sister Dana Johnson, big sisters on here. Lanisha Wedman. Good morning. Linda Meadows is on here. Who else? I think I got everybody. Thank you all. And if we didn't catch you and you're watching and you want to be shouted out, look, give us your name and your city and state. We want to show you some love this morning. So I hope you are enjoying this so far. Man, we gonna have to call him and get with the Incubator program. Steph, we gonna have to call Joseph.
I tried to tell you. I was like, D, we need to look into this. We need to take a look at this.
You did try to tell me. But look, God done gave us a direct inroad to the blessing. So we will call him up. Yes. I believe he'll mentor us himself if we ask him to. That's just a blessing to have that resource in the community. And we love to celebrate our Black men on this show. So I just love bringing them on here and just giving them that spotlight and that platform to just say, we thank you, we appreciate you. So listen, we got another brother that's coming around, Michael Sullivan. He is the founder of the Black Men United Coalition. He is bringing an amazing event to the Upstate. I have not known him that long, but in the short time that I have known him and his beautiful wife, Shanta, they become my brother and my sister, and I just love them to life like family. And so I am excited to bring around Mr. Michael Sullivan. Y'all show him some love. Good morning, morning. Good morning. Uh-oh, you got to unmute yourself. There we go. There you go. Oh, you're still muted. You're still muted.
Oh, here we get him now.
Good morning.
Hey, there we go.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me this morning. Thank you.
All right. Well, listen, tell the people, what is the Black Men United Coalition? What are we doing? What do we got going on? Who are you trying to reach? What's the focus? What's the mission? Talk to us, Brother Sullivan.
Black Men United Coalition, the Brotherhood and Sisterhood. We are a nonprofit organization. The home base is in Greenville, South Carolina, with all of our members and the community there. I currently reside in Denver, Colorado, but I'm from Greenville. Black Men United was created because as we go through a day-to-day struggle as a Black people and we face a lot of issues, then I noticed something, and I'm gonna even refer it to your show. When you look at your show this morning, you have more sisters together watching this information, gaining this information. When you go into our churches, you see more women active. When you see a lot of anything going on in our community where we're fighting for injustices or got to go frontline and march or protest, you see more Black women active, and y'all hold down the fort. Y'all have been leading the way for the generations for decades now. And what Black Men United was created for was for first, as it's called Black Men United, is because it's time for our brothers to stand up and fulfill their positions and rightful duties and responsibilities for us as a community and a nation. So I created Black Brother for us to start linking together from city to city, state to state. And I'm starting in Greenville with that community because that's my hometown. And so that was the reason that we created Black Men United. We added the sisterhood because James Brown said it best. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman. So we need that nurturing in our community. Our women need to know their position in our movement. Because without you all, I know they say that we, in our culture, we say that behind every strong man, there's an even more powerful woman. But see, we don't want to have you behind us no more. We want you right there beside us to march with us along the way, because all in all, you all paved the way. It's time for our men to step up and start representing and start doing their respectful duties in our community. I'm not saying that they're not brothers that don't, but from a collective, we need to join the numbers as far as like with our women and being active.
Yes.
That's good. So now the event is this weekend. So we want to be able to make all these people that are watching, make them aware of what's happening with this event. So it's like a couple day, 2-day event. Can you give us the 411, the exclusive details of what can be expected for this tribal event happening in Greenville this weekend?
Oh man, we are trying to bring us together. As I heard the young gentleman you had before, Brother Wallace, was speaking about creating generational wealth, where you can't do that if you're not united. And so the event that you have up right now is the banquet. It's going to be held at the Hyatt Regency downtown Greenville. It's a red carpet / black carpet event. We changed it from red carpet to black carpet. We have, as you can see on the flyer, we'll be honoring some great pioneers that have paved the way. Sister Ifeoma Nganza, Sister Mary Duckett, Sister Leola Robinson, Sister Lillian Fleming Brock, Sister Eva Butler. We have Mime of Passion coming to give us a word and praise and musical worship. We have Sister Yolanda Morant. She sings with Higher Calling with Kevin Lemons out of Atlanta. Beautiful gospel singer. Our MC is going to be Moody Black, a great poet there in Greenville, South Carolina. I think a lot of you are familiar with that brother there. And so we wanted to celebrate Black excellence. And so we'll be honoring some children as well. Sister Ifeoma Nganza, she's put in a great amount of work with the Malcolm X Center. She's getting our community legend award this year. And so we want to show our appreciation for those who have paved the way. We wanted to give us a celebration in Greenville that hasn't been done before. We want to let Greenville know we are here. Without us, there could be no Greenville. Without us, Greenville couldn't exist because of our economical growth and development that we contribute to downtown. The second event would be the conference. This is where we sit down with our Black leadership. A lot of these names you might know. We have pastors and we have activists that are active day to day out there fighting for our justices and trying to bring us as a united people. If I name them off for a while, you have Sister Matta Crawford. You have Taquita Wallace, who's running for District 23 this year. You have Pastor Pender, Pastor Tony Boyce, Pastor Travis L. Boyd, David Mitchell, and brother who just won the preliminaries in District 25, Pastor Wendell Jones. We are and Sister Stephanie Boyd with Little Butterflies. I think you all know her. So what we're trying to do is sit down with our Black leadership and be able to see where we're going over the next course of time. Greenville is a city that is constantly growing economically and developing. And we want to know, where do we exist in that growth and development as a community, where we're willing to go. When we look at certain dynamics of Greenville, South Carolina, you can see where the gentrification is happening and different communities are thriving. I want to see where our community as a Black community can thrive and grow and develop with this economical change. Right now, we're not. We're disenfranchised. We don't have ownership. We don't distribute anything, but we're more of a consumer instead of a producer of products. So we're really trying to bring us together and create something new, a new vibe of tribalism. The name of the event this year is called the Tribal Gathering. It takes a village, because we're striving to bring that village mentality back to our community.
That is so awesome. And we have a commercial that you created that we just want to show and take a moment to show the people, and then we'll have you come back and talk about it a little bit more on the other side. But just, man, it's going to be amazing. I got my ticket. Y'all need to go get y'all ticket. Okay, you see it scrolling across the bottom of this screen? Make it your business to go get your tickets, okay? So we're just going to show that promotion just right quick, just to give the people a little bit more information. And thank you for doing this. It takes money, it takes time, it takes so much planning and logistics to pull something like, people don't understand the investment of time and energy to get something like this done. So just thank you so much for that. And with that, listen, the Tribal Gathering is coming to Greenville.
Black Men United Coalition, the Brotherhood and Sisterhood present Tribal Gathering. It takes a village, banquet, and conference. With the banquet on Friday, August 26th. Join us for fine dining, the big award ceremony, live entertainment, and more. Live from the Hyatt Regency, downtown Greenville. Doors open at 5 p.m. and we start at 6 p.m. sharp. With the big Tribal Gathering conference happening on Saturday, August 27th, with an influential, empowering panel. Lots of networking, vendors, and more at the Greenville Convention Center. Each day hosted by award-winning spoken word artist Moody Black, with music provided by DJ Maximilian. Doors open at 10 a.m. and we start at 11 a.m. sharp. Join us August 26th and August 27th, the inaugural Tribal Gathering, Greenville.
Hey, thank you. I mean, I'm excited. I think it's going to be amazing. You know, I cannot wait to see what all is going to take place. I'll be there. I know Miss Jazzy is going to be out of town, but I will be there with Miss Tiffany Lachey, who's the one who introduced me to you. And so I'm just excited. Thank you for taking the time, for planning this, for putting it together, the time, talent, and treasure that's going into this. All the people that you got on the panel, my goodness, you got some powerhouse people that are going to be on the panel. So that is awesome. So you have done a lot of legwork to put this together. Am I right?
Yes. This is our birthday, August the 26th and 27th. It's our birth into society. And we are just concerned. My concern is about two things: education and economical development. And the thing about it is, we can't achieve anything without unity. And so with that unity, like I said, we wanted to bring us together. I wanted to celebrate Black excellence and show the people, hey, we're here. And then I wanted to sit down with our, you say that powerhouse panel to get into the minds of our leadership and say, where are you willing to take us and what direction are we headed? So after the food is gone and all the dancing, we done did all the cha-cha slides and wobble with it. And we've had a great time and celebrated our elders and the children. And we get down to business and we started talking with these great leaders of the community. Then we get to see the boots to the ground, the feet to the ground, what direction as a community. One thing, as I spoke with you, Sister Rose, is that we wanted to create an atmosphere of being united, first and foremost. And with this being united, to have something that a sit down circle table from leadership from every walk of life, from political, from ministry, from business, from the drug dealer on the street, because we need to change lives. For all my brothers out there with their nonprofits and that are organizing in the community, I salute you. All the individuals that are striving to do positive things, because remember, as I always say, together we are building for a better future. So the thing is, Greenville has a lot of power. I've been doing this journey of creating this organization. I realize there are solid people that are, you won't see them in the forefront. You won't see them in the news, but they're doing so many powerful things. The thing about it is they're doing them in separate entities. So in this protracted struggle, you're going to have a bigger fight trying to attack it by yourself. If you're trying to fight a lion and you're a monkey, then guess what? You rival yourself, you're going to have a problem. But if you got a whole tribe behind you, that lion is going to have a problem. And right now, our opposition is a lion. We are individually trying to attack these institutions that keep us from advancing. These individuals that don't want to see us as a community go forward. There's a question that I'm going to ask in the panel, and that question concerns of, have we reached our potential as a people? Is there any further that we can go? Can we go no further from where we are now? And when I ask that question,
go further.
Right, we can go further. But the thing about it is, we can do it together. We can do it as a mass community. The numbers matter. So Black Men United Coalition of Brotherhood and Sisterhood is most definitely aiming at that. Education from that standpoint, financial literacy. We are lacking in that department. We can go to school for how many years? 12 years? And they're not teaching our children financial literacy. I'm gonna give you something that Sister Mata Crawford gave me. The new Jordans are coming out probably this January. The new iPhone is coming out. We teach our children to go buy these products. Other cultures teach their children to invest into these institutions. So therefore, financial literacy, we have to get educated before we can move forward in these fields, business-wise, small business, ownership. And so we have to really change the narratives that exist. The crab in the bucket mentality is highly spoken in our community. Black people cannot unite. It's highly spoken in our community. We cannot advance as a people. We are our own worst enemy. Those narratives have to change. And the only way we can change them is if we sit down as a unit and begin to address the root of each issue that we face as a community.
That is awesome. And yes, we can definitely change those narratives. We can definitely change the trajectory of our communities. We have the power within us to shift the whole dynamic, to pivot, to do a generational, shake the whole generational foundation up, rebuild it on solid ground, and go up from there. We have the power to do that. Unity is such a powerful tool and weapon right? If you think about anything that has happened over the course of history from BC to AD, however many hundreds of years or centuries you want to go back, unity has always been the tool and the weapon. Okay, unity is a weapon of warfare. Unity is a tool that you can use for business, for development, for community. Every great and powerful movement, every revolution, everything that was ever created that lasted beyond the century or generation that built it was because of unity. As a matter of fact, the thing that scared the slave owners the most, the time when they brought it, was us being unified. If we had ever gotten so unified, we could have overthrown, there was more of us. But as long as they kept us separated, as long as they kept us divided, as long as they kept us out of communication with each other, as long as they kept us uneducated, okay, that's why it was illegal for us to read and write, because we also understand when you put unity with information and information with education, education with wisdom, my God, you got an atomic bomb of revolutionary change, brother. Amen. Don't mess around and put some unity with some information. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Then you really got something going on. And listen, I am so excited about what you're doing and what you're bringing to the Upstate, all the people that you're bringing together and all the voices that you're bringing together. And listen, y'all need to go get these tickets. You can't even beat this for a 2-day event for the banquet and the conference. It's only $55. Wow. $55. Did you guys see what's coming? Did you see what's being offered? There's going to be entertainment, there's going to be information, there's going to be the round table, there's going to be the DJ. For what can you get? Where can you get something like this? Where can you get this kind of celebration? Where can you get this kind of unity? Where can you get this village of voices, this brotherhood and this sisterhood for $55 for a 2-day event? And listen, if you can't make both days, you can get the banquet for just $40, or you can get just the tribal gathering conference for $20. But listen, I want to encourage you, whether you can make both days or not, that you just go ahead and sow that seed and get that $55 ticket, okay? Whether you can make both days or not, because whatever day you can make, that'll be awesome. But even if you can't, you're sowing into and investing into our community. And things that are being done to build up our community. So I want to encourage you to go get those tickets. You see that information scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Go onto the website. Go get those tickets right now today. I know the banquet is filling up fast. I think we've got plenty of room at the conference. But either way, you need to go and get those tickets today and support this movement, this tribal gathering. I'm gonna tell you something. Over in our motherland, they understand unity. A lot of the families live in compounds together, and they understand the power of unity, the power of community, the power of lifting our brother and sister up. And even here, when you think about the Tulsa, Oklahoma bombings, even the enemy, and I don't want to say any person race is our enemy, but the adversary even understands the power of unity. And if if he could keep us divided and keep us on opposite ends of the fence and the spectrum, in whatever case, whether it's economics, religion, or whatever the case, then he can keep us low, keep us poor, keep us down, socioeconomically. But now is the time. Okay. We're less oppressed now than we have ever been, and we don't have any excuses for not rising up and making things happen in our communities today.
Absolutely. So again, for those of you that are just chiming in, we are chopping it up with one of our other featured guests of the hour. We appreciate Mr. Michael Sullivan, who's the visionary and founder behind this tribal gathering. It's happening this weekend here in the upstate of South Carolina. All roads leads. And again, as our prosperity dude said, if you can't personally make it, maybe sponsor to have someone else to go and be a part of it. So wherever you are in the world that you're watching this and you're finding out about, hook up with Mr. Sullivan and say, hey, I would love to sponsor someone in my absence, or if you can be there. Mr. Sullivan, how can people, again, get the tickets? And I guess as we're gearing up, we're already out of time. What would be your words of encouragement for the people as well, for your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is for my people in the community, get involved. We have to be involved to make change. Most definitely. If y'all give me a second, I would like to send a shout out to all of those who have joined Black Men United, Sister Mata Crawford, Sister Candace Atwood, Sister Candace Brewer, Dr. Candace Brewer, Brother King JX, one of the individuals you've had on the show this week or last week, Sister December Rose, Sister Jazzy. We thank you all for helping us get this word out and be a part of this organization. Sister Tony Miller, Sister Shanta Harrison, most definitely. We are looking forward to joining you all. My last words again would be get involved in your community, Black people. We have to show up for PTA meetings, city council meetings, because a lot of things are going on in our environment and we're not aware. So, and if you would like to join Black Men United, you can reach me at my email, godson7575@gmail.com. You can reach us. My number is 864-720-5782. We'll actually have applications for those to join Black Men United at both events. The applications, we're not looking for fees. You don't have to pay dues. We're just asking people to come and start supporting us. It's not about me individually. It's about us collectively. So my word, just one, get involved. We need us.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, again, we appreciate what you're doing, because you could have did this anywhere in the world. I mean, the fact that you're in Denver, Colorado right now, but you said, when I launch this thing, I'm going back to my hometown. So we welcome and we salute and we honor you for just that vision behind what you're doing to make a difference in the lives of the people and make us continue to be united. So we appreciate my brother from another mother. It's been real for this hour. We had two amazing guests. Can y'all show some love in some comments for Mr. Michael Sullivan? And I hope as many of you will also to get your tickets this weekend. Let them know you found out about it live right here with yours truly, Miss Jazzy and the Prosperity Doula.
Thank you, Brother Michael.
Prosperity Doula, as we are preparing to end this hour. Tomorrow we're going to turn up with Tava Tuesday. What's your final words of encouragement for the people?
Look, we received a lot of information on today, right? We received from Brother Joseph Wallace. We received from Brother Michael Sullivan. And one resounding thread through both interviews is unity, plan, pray, execute. And listen, from both of the brothers, one, I'm just excited that we were able to have two Black men on the show today that are doing amazing things. With all the crap and garbage and foolery that we see in the news and on TV and in the entertainment industry, it is awesome. I'm just happy that we're able to have two Black men that are products of the Upstate that can come on here that's doing amazing things for the community. And you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of that. I'm proud of them. And I'm excited about what they're doing for the community. And listen, my final words, I'm just going to repeat what Brother Joseph Wallace said, which was plan, pray, execute. And also what Brother Sullivan said, which is we need us. We need us. We need us, and we need to invest in us and the things that we are doing and let that dollar circulate in our community so we could raise on up out of some things.
That's good. And I guess what I would say is we say in our phrase here on Move Around Monday, listen, we're going to move around and not make excuses. So it's Money Making Monday, y'all. I hope you have a quality, productive kind of day as you're jump starting this week. May it be amazing for you. And we look forward to seeing you same time tomorrow as we're going to turn up with Tava Tuesday.
The Prosperity Doula.
We've been live. We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day.
Have a wonderful week. See you tomorrow.